Hey guys, Joel here, and welcome back to another episode. I know it's been a while, like 2 weeks since the last video and everything, but I'm here now and everything, and definitely I want to talk about this. It's something I want to talk about that happened a day ago, like 2 days ago now, and everything, and that's with the PlayStation servers that was down, and everyone's been talking about it and everything. I'm kind of a little late, to talk about it. I should have talked about it as soon as it happened, but whatever. But yeah, but people are still talking about it. I see a lot of people on Twitter is talking about it from earlier today. I saw it this morning and also last night. And I had a couple of articles popping up all over talking about PlayStation servers down and everything like that. I even heard that a couple of people still didn't have service at the time and everything, but now everything is up and running. I think 100% now. But this really just want to do like a quick little rant on Sony and this shit because like this is just crazy. And I don't know what to say. Like I don't know what's up with the servers with Sony. Like lately, there's always some issue. They always have some issues with the servers, or some like maintenance or service down or whatever like that. There's actually the longest I would say it was down for in a long time. I think the last time something serious like this happened was during the PS3 era with some people that hacked into it and stuff like that. I didn't have the PS3 at the time, so it didn't affect me. I was on the 360 at the time and everything, and I do remember that a lot of us was like, when it's like the console wars, what they still do now, where it was like PS3 versus the Xbox 360 guys, and we was all talking shit about that with the PS3, like, oh, you see, that's that too bad they had to deal with that because we didn't have to deal with that. Our server was more secure because we had to pay for it, which I don't like to this day. I still hate, and Microsoft is the one that started that and everything. But at least the positive with that is, when you're paying for it, you know that you getting your money's worth and everything like that. For the most part back then, not anymore. But I do remember that at the time and everything during the PS3 era and stuff when they had those issues with the servers. And then lately now, it's just always been an issue with the servers. And like that day I was playing No Man's Sky because I wanted to check out more of that update, the Worlds 2 update they came out with and everything. So I was just on there and playing everything like that. And I did see a notification pop up where it said that the servers are like is undergoing maintenance or whatever like that. So I was like, all right, whatever. Yeah, it'll eventually be up. Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna be this long. That I know it was gonna be this long that it was off because I wanted to play. I was gonna play a little bit of Texas Chainsaw that night when I was playing No Man's Sky. I was like, I feel like I'm playing a little bit of this, but now the servers is down. I don't know when it's coming back up. I'll just stay on this, and it didn't bother me. I didn't care whatever like that. I was like, oh, it'll just be up in probably a couple of minutes or whatever like that. I didn't really care because I was focused on No Man's Sky, and it's a single player game. You don't have to play it online or whatever. You're not forced to play it online. It's not an online only game and everything like that. But I didn't know it was gonna be like that. But then when I saw, yesterday and everything on Twitter, the day before on Twitter and everything, it was just going crazy about it. And then I was just laughing at a lot of stuff too, though, real quick, before I continue on that, is where people like upset and they was talking about how their Friday night was ruined and like they was talking about all this other stuff like shit like this makes me think like these people have no life. Like you serious? Like your life just revolves around playing online, playing multiplayer games or whatever like that. So people complain about Fortnite and other shit in there. And I was laughing at a lot of the comments as well on Twitter where they was talking about these people. It was like it was like you people have no life or whatever. You have to go out and touch grass and all the shit they was saying. It was just hilarious, but it's true though because I'm like, is it like really like people like furious for that? Like you guys don't have nothing else better to do, but just to play just one game online. And what about single player games? What about that? So this is just crazy how a lot of people really depend on these stuff. Like I didn't see no problem with it honestly, because like I said, I was just playing my single player game, having fun. If I couldn't play an online game at the time for a couple hours, whatever, or a day, so what? Like it's not the end of the world. I'm not gonna kill myself over it. But it's just some people are just crazy like that and everything. Like really, like it's not that serious. This is not that serious. All the comments I've seen, like, all right, it's not that serious, because what's it? They gonna compensate all of us and everything. People have PlayStation Plus. They gonna compensate and give 5 extra days of the PlayStation Plus or whatever like that. Which I don't care for honestly. I mean, I'll take it gladly, but I don't care. Some people are upset about that and saying, "Oh, it should have been a month." Oh, he should have gave us a free game or whatever like that. This is not enough. And then and the comments was like this was going off and just roasted them and everything like that. It's how like it's all it was. you want you want a month over the servers, like the servers being down for 1 day? Like, you serious? Or you want a free game just for that? Like, it's not that serious. You just get over it. A lot of people was like just going off on them. Like, like I understand. Like, yeah, like Sony's been whack lately and shit. I already did a rant talking about them and everything like that. I'm about to get into some more in a few. But I know a lot of people are upset about that. But still, like it's not that serious. Okay, 1 day, 1 day, big deal. What were you doing that was so important on there? Playing Fortnite, playing Call of Duty. So what? That shit can wait. So I don't understand that. This is crazy. And then some other people also were saying that they didn't have access to the digital games and stuff like that. I don't like the library, something like that. They were saying, I didn't know that you need online for that. So that's strange. Unless they meant like it wasn't like it's saved onto their account, but it's not on the hard drive or the on the PS4 or PS5 whatever like that, and the PlayStation, I was gonna say, and everything. So they had to download it. You have to download it to the hard drive, because I know that a couple of games I have are like that as well. So I think that's what they was talking about. And this is why I said, and a lot of people were saying as well on Twitter about that, with that, like to that person or to those people, many people who were saying that, is that's why physical is the way to go, man. That's why we know physical shouldn't die. That's why people should continue supporting digital. I mean, it's a digital continue supporting physical and everything like that, because like this is physical media. Like, you use, like, if something like this happens, at least you can still play a game. Well, single player game, of course. If it's an online only game, you wasn't able to play that. But this is why you should support it, because at least you will still have access to your games and play your single player physical media, because look at that, you can get access to your digital games and stuff like that. So yes, this is why I always push on this channel for more, like push on this channel for you guys to like understand, like, physical media is important. It's been dying, and very soon it's gonna be like that saying they always be saying, like they always say on online and everything, where you will own nothing and be happy. So, and a lot of people don't get it, and a lot of people seem like they don't give a shit, and they're like, oh, whatever, this, get with the times, or would just comply, whatever like that. Like, no, fight back this shit, and that's what I don't like about with this world and everything. A lot of people are just like, oh yeah, I'll get used to it. Like, it's whatever, it's fine. It's they're like, no, you gotta be a rebel. You gotta fight back some of these shit, some of this stuff, and I don't like people who say things like that, because that just pisses me off. Like, okay, so that means you're just a person that somebody can just, take away all your stuff from, and you'll be fine with that. And you're like, yeah, I'll get used to it. I'll be all right. So I don't like that shit. I mean, some people need to fight back, I should say, and everything. And then this is why physical media is always going to be number one. It's very important, and it's something that shouldn't die. And like a lot of these you gamers and stuff out there, especially this new generation of gamers, like you guys, like like it also is, it's kind of like goes by your choice, because if you guys continue to like just only buy digital and don't support physical and don't like physical, then most likely sooner or later this stuff is gonna die or whatever like that. So we don't want that. Us gamers, the ones that like physical content, old school gamers like us, especially like me and stuff, I don't want that stuff to die and everything. So I just hope that it stays alive and everything. And this is why I also like my retro games, and this is why a lot of people also said this is why they like retro games. That's why the retro game market has really like went up, like skyrocket and stuff like that. A lot of people buy a lot of retro games and stuff because they see what's going on now. Modern gaming is not the same as it was during the, I would say, the last peak era was the PS4's era and everything like that. Even though peak era to me is the PS3, Xbox 360 era. After that, it just hasn't been the same since. But I guess I'll just like be a little bit. I guess I'll be a little bit nice and just say yeah, the PS4 era as well, and the Xbox One was decent and everything, because it was decent. It was decent. It had some good games and everything like that. But yeah, so this is why we need to support physical media and all that shit, and stop with this digital shit, and what else? Oh yeah, about with back to Sony and everything, because I ranted on Sony a lot. Like, well, not really a lot. I mostly rant. Well, I haven't done it in a while on Square Enix, but on Sony, I've talked about here and there and everything on this channel, and like how I don't like what they're doing lately. Like, I don't like the business practice lately, and I feel like now, with them, it's all about the money. They don't really care about the gamers anymore or whatever like that, and they just suck. Like, and I was a big PlayStation fan, like a big fan of the PlayStation and everything, the older ones, of course, because after the PS4 is where I stopped. I'm not getting anymore, their consoles or whatever like that. But they were great back then. I feel like they really cared about their customers and everything, the consumers and everything like that. And now it's just all about the money. As you guys see, like PlayStation Plus is like way more money now. It went up like crazy. It's like what I think like how much is it now? Like $80 or whatever. Went from like how much was it before? Like 60, I think, for a year, and I was like 80 or something like that. And then on top of that, you have all those different tiers they added, which I don't do. I just have the essentials one and everything like that. So yeah, so I don't like what they're doing with that. Also, like this is another thing that a lot of people's been talking. I've been seeing this really like often like lately, and this goes to show I was right. And everything I've been saying on this on this channel and everything about the PS5, a lot of people's been complaining about it because it was like it's been out for this long now, and they still don't really have no games on it. Really no exclusive, and majority of the games that are on there are also available on the PS4. So the same thing that they said that I've been saying all this time is why waste money spending on a new console, on the next gen, if there's no games for it and you're just playing the same games that you have on the PS4, and that's what I've always been saying. Like, why would you waste money on that if you can just stay on the console you had before and then just continue playing the games on there? Then go into another console that was way overpriced, and no games at all, barely any games on it, and just ugly console. I don't like how it looks. I know I talk about it so much on here, and this is sad, So PS4 still is that, even to this day, a lot of people are still playing it. Millions of people still on it, and like myself and everything, and plenty of games still to play. A couple of games still coming out for it and everything like that. And now I see where they're trying to do now is like have it digital only now for the PlayStation with the PS4 games. So I don't know if that's the way to try to push people to get a PS5. I don't know, but it ain't gonna work on me. Like I can still get a lot of these games physically. Like any new games that's also available on the PS4, I can get them physically on PlayAsia. I don't mind doing that. But like I said before on the channel, once it's over with the PS4, once they fully discontinue it, then is when I'm just gonna go back to Nintendo. And I'm just gonna stick with them because they're the ones that's doing things right. But yeah, so with Sony, I don't like what they're doing lately. They only care about his money. They don't care about us, And they like the way their business practice is going is just sucks. It's not like I used to always talk about Nintendo being bad or whatever when it comes to like their business practices, but Sony is way worse and everything. I feel like Nintendo's the ones right now that's doing it right. They're sticking to the traditional ways and values and everything of how gaming should be and everything like that, and not changing for nothing for no one. They're in their own little bubble doing their own little thing, and that's the reason why, as you guys know, I've seen plenty of articles of why Switch is the top selling console of all time. So and then with any PlayStation or Xbox can't even do. Minus the PS2, of course. But I think they said the Switch already surpassed the PS2. So like, wow, look at that. So yeah, so Nintendo's doing their thing. They're doing it right. And that's what I like about them. That's what I respect them for, and that's why I still have to get a Switch, or I'm gonna get soon. But yeah, because I also heard an article that they're gonna they're gonna support the Switch for a very long time, which I love. That's what I love to hear. I was actually gonna do that in a separate video, but I just mentioned it here. So yeah, and but that's about it, because I know that's different. That's me sidetracking now, not talking about the servers, whatever like that. But whatever, can add that in there, but yeah, and yeah, so yeah, it sucks that happened, everything like that. But is it the end of the world? No. Like, is it really that serious to like be upset and like just arguing whatever? Kind of, because yeah, it's Sony. They always have some issues with the servers and other shit going on that I don't like what they've been doing. But for the end of the day, there's other games you could have played. But I mean, well, I sell for those people who don't have any single player games, but like I don't understand how you can only rely on an online only game. What happens if the servers are down for like a week, weeks, or even months, or whatever? This like something with your service provider, whatever like that. What are you gonna do? How you be able to play anything? So this is why I don't like the online only where everything is connected to the internet. I don't like it at all, because you see when things like this happens, it's like you lose all access to everything. You can't do anything, So I don't like that at all. So that's why I'm so happy that I love my single player games, and that's what I mostly play and everything like that. So that's what I'm always gonna play, especially my retro games and everything like that. So while those people was complaining about that, I could have had like plenty of single player games I could play on the PS4 and the PS3 and the PS2, whatever like that. I actually just recently, yesterday, finished Tales of Destiny and everything on the PS2, and great game. Annoying as shit with that final dungeon and I boss the second form, but I did it, you know. So it's great to just play the single player games and not have to worry about these things, you know. So that's what I love and everything, and that's why I'm happy that I'm not one of those people who's really relying on multiplayer games like I used to be, because like I said already in this channel, the peak era for multiplayer, I said like the golden era for multiplayer gaming and stuff like that was during the PS3 360 days, mainly the 360 and stuff like that. That's where I feel like it was the best. That's where I had the most fun and everything like that. Playing GTA 4 and all those great games and everything back then, and Gears of War and stuff like that. Those were the days. But like multiplayer gaming now is just sucks. It's terrible. Whatever like that. It's not as it used. It's not like how it used to be. So that's why I really don't care about it now. And I play multiplayer games here in like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, sometimes WWE, and that's about it. But I don't really play multiplayer games like I used to, back then during that era, that generation of gaming and stuff like that. I prefer my single player games, so it didn't bother me. So like I said, they want to give us free, extra 5 days. I'll take that. It still doesn't like what's it? I don't really like that it's only for the people who that has a PlayStation Plus, because if it's true that there's people who couldn't access their digital accounts or whatever like that, then maybe they should get it as well. For the people who had single player games and don't have PlayStation Plus or whatever like that, was trying to get access to it. But I think you need that for that too, right? I don't know, but yeah, because I don't really look into all those stuff. Like I said, I don't really care about online only games like that. Here and there I'll play it, but it's not a necessity for me because I don't like online only games. So yeah, I like games that have a single player option as well, which is great. So yeah, so it didn't really bother me or whatever like that. But a lot of people is just crazy. It's going crazy about it. But yeah, so that's about it. Let me know, comment section below where you guys start. Do you guys think like this is, do you think Sony needs to do this, or do you feel like they should have done more and then just give away this 5 extra days and everything like that? What do you guys think? Because like I said, I don't care and it bother me and whatever. Sony is Sony. You know how they are already like that. But I know like also real quick, I just forgot to mention. People was upset saying that, oh, we gotta get this is it with PlayStation no more. We gotta get rid of it. We gotta get an Xbox or PC. I'm like. I like Xbox. Like, you guys want that garbage? Like, that's a downgrade right there. PC, all right, that's an upgrade right there. And at least the positives with the PC, at least you can play games free online. You don't have to pay no damn subscription, so I give them that. But then again, with PC, it's the same shit. It's only digital only. Everything, you gotta buy, all the games you can get on Steam is all digital. There's no physical, like how you used to have physical PC games back then. So yeah, that's the biggest negative I have. Like, if PC had physical games again, I most likely would have PC as well. I mean, I'll be a PC gamer as well, and everything like that. And yeah, so that's about it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. With the PlayStation servers being down for a day and all that good stuff. And yeah, and I'll see you guys next time for another one. Take care.